Faith in Action is part of the reason that we originally started to attend Blessed Hope. I was looking at their Facebook page when we were at a different church and just saw people, I think they were working on the Tilford playground, and just thought that that was the kind of church I wanted to belong to. A place that was literally the hands and feet of Jesus and that worked in the community. And I just thought it was so cool that they did a mission here for people who couldn't go to Haiti or overseas, and just that there's a need here in Vinton and that they were taking care of the people here.
Well, the first year with Faith in Action, I signed up because I thought I should. Not because I felt led, just because I thought I should. And kind of just dipped my toes in a little bit, signed up for one day. Nicole Lutz and I were put on a project where we were supposed to go help put trim on a shed and paint the shed and clean up around the shed. And we got there, we did our job, we went in the house to check on another project they were working on, and we walked in and we realized that we weren't sent there just for a shed. So Deb and Kevin happened to stop by and we had a little chat with them, and then Kevin had a little chat with some of the elders and Matt, and by the time lunch was over, we had the church credit card in our hands and we were off to go shopping. But really it was just amazing to see how God used us that day to help a family out, and not just to help a family in the way that they thought they needed helped, but to really show them his love and put all the pieces in place so we could do that for them. We called it Extreme Makeover Blessed Hope Edition.
So this will be my second Faith in Action. Last year was the first year that we did it. The thing that I enjoyed most was just being able to help different community members. The second thing was just getting to know some different people around the church. So last year we were newer to the church, and I recognized a lot of people, but I never really had any additional conversations with anyone. So it was cool to talk to them, learn a little bit more about their lives and what brought them here.
Last year I got to be in charge of the kitchen, and it was super fun. I had a great time doing that. I got to really grow some relationships with a couple of my friends that I was friends with previously but didn't have that deeper connection with. And then I really got to know some people I wouldn't have ever crossed paths with before. I found such a kindred spirit in Mary Coots. She is not someone I would have ever probably interacted with before, but now she is like who I want to be when I grow up. Like, she is sassy and funny and just a wonderful person that I maybe would have never gotten a chance to work with before. And then being in the kitchen, I didn't really know, exactly what they were doing, and it was my first year, so I hadn't seen any other projects. But then I drove around after Faith in Action and saw some of the projects that the other teams did, and I was just amazed by what a change our church can do on our community in just 3 days. And I was like, if every church really was on mission and went out and was the hands and feet of Christ, how different our world and our community could look, even just right here in Vinton. And nope, I didn't hammer a single nail, I didn't paint a single house, I didn't clean anything other than the kitchen a lot. But because I was doing my job, other people were able to do their job, and it was just a great experience with those women.
For me, admittedly, I'm not a very social person, so just to get into that environment, and especially from a male perspective, I think that there's no better place to share fellowship than on a job site. You're working with your hands. It's a perfect environment to kind of open up, and things start to flow a little easier that way. I think that one of the best parts about Faith in Action for me personally was just going out into the community and the people's reaction when they stop you and say, hey, we can see all these people with Blessed Hope shirts on, and what are you guys doing? And when you explain to them what you're doing out in the community and pouring into people that need it, their reaction is just, it's cool to see that.
My family left on Saturday night, and my girls fell asleep in the car, and Tim and I looked at each other, and we were literally covered in dirt and sweat, and we were exhausted, and we were like, this is the best thing we've ever done. Like, we got so much enjoyment out of just serving people and just working in our community and being part of the church family. There was almost as big of a blessing for us as it probably was for other people, that we were serving.
We're not a church that just ministers to those people that are here on Sunday. We're not a church that just prays for people and then doesn't put any action with that. We're a church that, gets out there, and we're really the hands and feet of Christ doing his work.